In this video, I will show you the different forms of gathered data. Now, before you can analyze data, you need to have gathered your data. And data comes in a variety of forms, right? So you can gather data from surveys. You can go out, conduct surveys, get responses from people, and this way you gather your data. Data can be gathered from transactions, from interviews, even from observations. You can gather data by sharing questionnaires. Data can be gathered in a variety of forms, but data is basically grouped into two different forms, right? Structured and unstructured data. So let's look at what structured data is, and then we'll look at what unstructured data is. So structured data is data that is well organized and accurately formatted. So any data that you see that is well put out in a particular structure, mostly vertical and horizontal spaces, is regarded as structured data. So back in the days, we had things like tables where we try to compare maybe the advantages and the disadvantages of maybe a product. That is an example of a structured data. Now let me just give you a brief preview of a structured data. So this data here gathers the name of some people, their ages, the country they're from, the fee they paid, and their gender. And you can see that they're well laid out in vertical and horizontal spaces. This is an example of a structured data that is well laid out, that is structured in vertical and horizontal spaces. Now, on the other hand, there's something else called unstructured data. As you can guess, unstructured data is the opposite of a structured data in a way, because it is not well laid out like this. You can't see it in a form of a table like this or in a tabular format. And unstructured data most times exists freely. So if you're thinking of an unstructured data, you can think of, say, maybe an email, or let's say a Wikipedia page, or even a picture is an example of an unstructured data, a video, music. So they are not well laid out in a tabular format like structured data. So these are the two forms of data. Now moving on, let's look at the different data types. Data comes in a variety of types, right? Data could be in form of text, like some of this data that we've seen here. You can see in form of text. Let's use the structured data as an example. So you see the data gathered here in the name field are in form of text. Data could be in form of numbers, as you can see, whether whole numbers or decimal point numbers. Data could be in form of boolean. So boolean is basically true or false, yes or no. You would understand it in more details as we proceed in this course. But data could come in form of booleans, true, false, most likely the result of a comparison operation. And data could be in form of date. So it could be date, it could be time, it could be date and time together. But data comes in a variety of types: text, numbers, date, time, boolean, geographic location, zip code, a lot of different types, and you would encounter most of them as we proceed. All right, thank you.